Hello, I'm Luke, the crazy maker nerd, and this is
I'm John.
Just John.
Yes, just John.
John.
So just a guy.
Just a guy I know.
yeah.
We're both fucking nerds, aren't
Yeah, definitely. Well, we're not fucking nerds.
Not
but,
in that way.
Yeah,
No,
but
we're
we're
friends
nerds.
with benefits. The benefits of liking Warhammer. The benefit of liking Warhammer.
I know, it's perfect.
It's
Absolutely.
just so bad.
Yeah, I know.
And various other gaming systems.
Yes, and yeah, you can go and see all the others that we
Yes.
enjoy. But
So the quick format of what the show we're hoping to do is we'd quite like to essentially open up people's eyes to game systems that maybe not everyone knows about, because we're both engineers. We don't have loads of time for the hobby, so we have to try and find essentially efficient gaming systems that are fun.
yeah, it's a case of you don't, and everybody's like, life's busy. You only have, say, like maybe an hour or two, and in comparison to sort of the standard game of 40k, which can go on, if you're playing quite casually, can go from like 2 to 5 hours, depending on how much you know the rules.
Yeah, I did a 5-hour game with you, didn't I?
Yes, that was me trying to teach 9th edition. But there is a game mode that we have played and it's worked really well, which is the Warhammer 40k hero mode, created by Tabletop Tactics, written by Lawrence Baker, and it's based off a version of Paul Hammer's Horde mode. And the idea of it is you have heroes, and one person or multiple people can play the heroes, and there's just hordes and hordes of enemies to fight against. So similar to like Call of Duty Zombies, or in the most recent Space Marine 2 video game, Siege.
Space Marine.
Yeah, Space Marine, with the Siege mode in that.
So the reason that we've gone with this one first is that we've both played this quite a lot recently.
Yeah.
My stag do that there's other videos for, links in the description. John, Giorgio, and Cam, three of my boys, basically prepared a really large hero mode game for essentially people to take control of a single character each and go against hordes, very similar to what is Space Marine 2 Siege mode now. I don't know if the individual characters isn't normal, is it? So that was a little change we had.
It's, well, with the rules, you can have like the heroes. So you got the heroes and the horde. The heroes can have like 400 points. Like points are allocation of cost of how much a character or a player or a miniature will have. So you can end up having like tank commanders, you can have like chaplains or captains who would usually be like leading an army, and they're known as like HQ units.
Those are normally controlled by a single person though in the normal hero mode, right?
In hero modes, yes, but it's like the reason why. So one of the reasons why we went with this is the problem I had was for your stag do, we had 16 people. You really liked Warhammer, and 16 people who've never played Warhammer went, let's all play Warhammer. So,
but they all got brainwashed now, like Warhammer, right?
Yeah, they did.
So, you know, it's not all bad.
Yeah, so the problem with that is 40k or even like Age of Sigmar and regular Warhammer games, it's usually 1 versus 1. But then when you've got 16 people, it becomes very difficult to manage that. So trying to find a game mode that satisfies that, it was challenge, but we ended up finding hero mode, which allowed each person who's never played Warhammer before. I think we had like 3 people who've maybe played like 3rd or 4th edition.
Yeah.
And the idea was give everybody a hero, and I run the hordes, and our friend Cam runs another one of the hordes. So we split it up into 3 tables, and it was like basically 5 people per table, and then there's me and Cam running the hordes, and that allowed people to have like a fun day out at Warhammer World playing this hero mode.
And we've also then repeated with playing in the normal hero mode.
Yes,
Over at Firestorm Games quite recently.
based down in Cardiff, but there's other
Shout
places.
out.
Yeah. But there's the thing about it is it's very fun. It's people call it a beer and pretzels game, as in like it's not super serious. Very easy to play. And there's the standard sort of like 40k quick starters guide, which the rules are available online for free. So you don't have to have the big books or paying for all of the rules. Like that will give you enough information to be able to start and play that game. So shall we go through the handout?
Let's go through the handout. I'll project this up on the screen to the side of you, so I will be invisible.
Yes. Bye. So in here, it's just 2 pages. Oh no, I tell a lie.
Liar!
Yes, and I bumped
You sleep in a field of lies,
yes.
John.
So there's 3 pages on there. They start off with the creation of the armies. So as previously mentioned, you have the heroes, which are allocated 400 points. You have to kind of make sure that the army has got like a shared keyword. So it's either you've all Xenos or all Imperium,
so
or
a single fraction, basically.
But then again, you're playing this for loosey goosey sort of fun. So, it's the guidelines, I would say. So
it's like a pirate code.
One
of the guidelines, actually.
No. So the idea of it, 400 points that could be divvied up into any number of characters. So say you've got like really Imperial Guards, Commissar. So it might be like 65 points. You could have that many up to 400, or you could end up having like Rubute Gilliman, who's Ultramarine. Primaris, who's 320 points at the time of writing, and have like one other person. So one of them has to be, one of the characters has to be a warlord. You can only select characters with a character keyword, and you cannot include the same data sheets more than once.
So you can't just nerf pure reboot Gillimans.
Yeah. Well, you only get one because of the point allocation, but yeah, it's it allows for a variety of play as well. So that's the hero army. Next one is the Horde army. So the Horde army originally started at 2,500 points, but that's now being reduced in the second revision to 2,000 points because they found that the heroes were not surviving a lot.
Okay. So they basically balanced it a bit.
Yeah. So you're not allowed. You must include the minimum of 5 battle line units. Battle line being the standard sort of like troops or mooks who you send out. Not allowed aircraft because it's 10th edition and nobody really cares for aircraft anymore.
Yeah, I've noticed that recently.
Yeah, and you want to go and create an aircraft-heavy orc army.
I'm literally just doing 3 aircrafts, and I'm like, it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
Yay!
But it'll be fun. Same sort of thing. They're same has to be from the same army, so to speak. And you do not get any attachment rules or enhancements for the Horde army.
What would attachments or enhancements?
So, for example, like you would end up having sort of special rules, so you can play your army in a different way. So that's the detachment rules. So
a bit like the book that I would have had of Iron Hands.
Yeah.
Which is completely void now, but if they have released newer ones, haven't they?
Yeah. So you end up having different play styles for the same army. That's kind of like gone to the wayside. And enhancements are usually hero characters get to buy enhancement, which gives them like special abilities.
Okay.
So that you're not allowed to do that with it.
So you basically got the hordes have basic buttery biscuit basic rules.
Yes. Yeah.
The absolute baseline against a you said 300. Or
No,
3,000?
400 points
400
here.
points. Heroes.
Heroes, yeah.
So the horde's balanced to be the same level of points
Give or take, like
per round, I guess.
yeah. So the idea is the hordes will come in waves. 40k is played.
Like that?
Yes, exactly. like that.
Ah,
So
it's just lots of like Queen Lizards. Like,
yeah,
coming in,
what rising from the dead and then waving at the
with a necromancer, of course.
yeah. Well, it could be Necron Liz.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
but the idea of it is 40k is played in 5 turns. In 5 rounds, and the start of each of those rounds, there'll be, say, 500 points allocation of the horde coming in, and the requirement will be 2 of the battle lines come in on turn 1, same on turn 2, and 1 of them will come in on turn 3, and then on turn 4 you will have the warlord of that army. So
is that of the whole army, not of the what's it called?
The
group. I guess.
Oh yeah. So there will
it's
only be
one massive hero.
Yeah. So each army, so both hero and horde, will get a warlord. Warlord being the leader of the entire army.
Okay.
In horde modes, in hero modes, the idea with the horde's warlord is turn 4 turns up. Its priority is to go and seek out the other warlords and basically have a duel.
Okay.
So these and then talks about.
So it'll beeline for it one way or the other.
Yeah, but that's sort of like later on. So moving on to section 3, we've got the hero army rules. So because the heroes have got like a massive points disadvantage, with the horde army being like 5 times more.
Yeah.
There is certain abilities that they've got. One which is being plot armor that allows them. So in Warhammer, you do a roll to hit, roll to wound, then you roll to save. So, and usually if you fail a save, that's when your character suffers damage. The heroes in this have got plot armor, which allows them to re-roll that save if they failed it.
Okay.
So stereotypically in the regular game, you would have to spend a resource called command points, which you earn and are very difficult to earn.
There's a version of plot armor in normal 40k?
Yeah, but you have to pay for it.
Okay.
So, but in this case, everybody gets it as default. That allows them to be more robust, allows them to fight against massive hordes of armies. So everybody gets the ability called Lone Operative. So the idea is you don't have like lone operative means you cannot be shot at unless you're within 12 inches of that person. So you don't have like in the horde army tanks coming onto the sidelines and then just shooting off characters straight away. Then the other one,
and that only applies to the horde side.
The lone operative ability is assigned to the heroes. So they end up having the rule that they cannot be shot at within 12 inch unless
so
you're
it's kind
within
of a reverse rule. So basically, it also means the horde cannot shoot at unless their range is limited. To max 12.
Yeah, within 12 inches of the hero. Yes.
Okay.
So, then there's another ability that the heroes get, which is Destruction Incarnate. This one is say like you've managed to do the hit, wounds, and managed to break through and damage the one of the characters or miniatures, and say like the damage is like usually 1, 2, 3, or can go up to like 6 most of the time.
Okay.
And the damage is dealt comes off the wound characteristic of a person. So each person has got a certain amount of wounds. If you're a battle line, you usually only got 1 wound.
Okay.
But if you're a tougher hero, you might have like 4 wounds. Or that sort of thing. But say like you're a hero or you're a character who's only got one wound, but you're in a battle line. So you got one model, and there's 10 models. Each one's got one wound.
Yep.
But you have a weapon that does 2 damage.
Right.
The idea of this is once you've wounded that character and you inflict those 2 damage,
Yeah.
the damage doesn't spill over onto the other character.
Okay.
It would be...
It's limited to killing the one person, basically.
Yes,
Okay.
but in hero mode, the opposite. You have damage spillover.
Right.
So so that's usually in standard 40k, you would end up having that model with 1 wound, getting hit by 2 damage, and it dies, and the damage doesn't spill over. So in that unit of 10, you've got 9 remaining from there.
Okay.
Hero mode, it spills over.
So didn't 9th edition spill over?
I'm not too sure.
Because I remember when we had a game, you shot one of my Space Marine guys that was sticking out slightly, and it went down the row of the squad.
Oh, that might be a different rule. I can't remember. But in this one, you get damage spillover. So if you end up having a hard hitting character, when you go up against these battle lines of 10 models, and each with 1 wound,
spaffs wounds.
Yeah,
everywhere.
And your character, which you ended up playing, could do like 6 damage. So that 6 damage killed 6 models.
Yeah.
So that's only for the heroes. That's not for the horde.
Yeah.
Another thing that you get as well is trademark weapons, which is you get to select 1 weapon, both shooting and melee, and each of those gets a additional strength and damage.
Yeah, because basically the stats at the top, you do a +1 to the strength.
Yeah.
On each of the weapons.
Yeah. So the thing that I ended up doing to help out with this was because of all the 16 people that were playing with us, is I printed out custom data cards, which you can get from a website.
Please hold.
Yes, please hold.
Musical interlude.
Yeah, so it's game-datacards.eu. And that allows you to... they have sort of like the bare bones of what like the standard heroes and all that, and you can customize that. So instead of telling everybody, hey, reminder, add +1 strength.
You just give them the data card.
Yeah, gave them, made the custom data card, printed it off, handed it to them. So on the day, it helped out loads. So people are not having to do that mental, even though I know it's only like adding 1, it's just remembering to add that 1 and not getting confused with another stat.
Is it, sorry, back to the data card thing, is that something that does Age of Sigmar and 40k?
I don't know. I've only explored, but they probably do.
I'm gonna have to have a look, because I know that I'm gonna be doing a kill team at some point, which is gonna be non-standard models. So I'll at least, like, more for the benefit of the other player, have a data card with the picture of the thing on it.
Yeah. So I
it's
think
actually relatable.
Yeah. So I think you can do that. It's a really good resource to use, because it's the fact of like not everybody has access to the like books and everything.
Yeah.
And the fact that we were playing with Chaos Army, Sister as a Battle Army, Orcs, and Space Marines, and
it was a big mix.
Yeah, and some of the Space Marines were coming from like different chapters. So trying to buy all of those books, you'd probably be looking at around about like 100 quid, maybe
more than that, for sure.
Yeah, so rather than doing that, when actual fact the only information you want is that data card, just went to that website. It had this sort of default of those that information, and just modified it for it. So there is that, and you also have the always dangerous. So a lot of the rules to these characters usually get attached to like battle line units and that sort of thing, and they're leaders of that unit. So there was a rule change because the key words in the rules of the characters are whilst leading a unit being like those 10 models. And that may be my cat messing around. But it just says models in this unit. So that's a technical sort of legalese change. Next one is the Horde army rules. Basically, you don't
You don't want to miss-say that one, do you?
No, I know.
The Horde.
It's a Horde.
Duh.
Yeah.
It's got duh at the end.
So the Horde army, you don't generate command points and you don't use stratagems. So the heroes get to do that. So that's like standard 40k.
Yeah.
The Hordes, it doesn't. And quite frankly, I'm glad because it was a chaotic day running 2 Hordes. Yeah. And so the Horde army must be split up into 4 battle rounds or 5 battle rounds, depending.
And it's the rounds get harder each time.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So, and as I previously mentioned, you have so the first wave has to be 500 points worth, second wave 500 points worth, and fourth wave is all of them, or you can split it up.
Yeah.
When
you say all of them, do you mean that you
so any
refilled?
remaining units which haven't been deployed should be deployed on turn 4.
Okay.
So the previous one is like you start off with like the first 2 waves. You start off with 2 battle line units, and the third one you include a single battle line unit. The idea of it is you start off with a weaker models first, rather than just like drop in like a big scary monster.
Yeah.
And then, but in the fourth wave, you must include the warlord. So they're usually the big scary one. And then I mentioned previously about the warlord seeking out the other warlord. The idea with the Horde army as well is you follow. There's Poor Hammer has got a sort of a AI to develop for it, which is you go to a objective or the active objective as soon as possible. If not, go to the nearest visible hero.
Right.
If not, go to the nearest hero in that general direction, and that's the idea of it. And you have to play them as sort of the optimal way. So say if you got a unit that's melee only, but you know that they're not going to be able to get into combat in the first turn, you have to try and advance them and shoot them up the board as quickly as possible. But if you've got people who've got guns which will be in range, you would move them and try and shoot the heroes. So you're not you're trying to play the Horde army as optimum as possible.
Yeah. The way that so do you think that this was intended for single player as well as multi? Because the way that we've played it, you've always done the Horde.
Yes.
And last time I did the characters, and before that we had lots of people doing the characters, and you guys doing the Horde. Do you think it could be played as a single player if you have the mentality of both turns? I want to fuck you up, and the other turn, I want to fuck you up again.
Yeah. So it's if you, for example, got like a large army, and you want to try this out by yourself, the Horde is played in such an AI way that you don't the decision-making process is being removed for you, so that speeds up the game. And so
there is if possible a single player Warhammer 40k mode, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is something that I just clicked in my head because I'm a dum bitch.
Yeah. But it's
thanks for agreeing.
anytime. So it's
beautiful.
It's quite a niceness or nuance for this. But it's in our case we were able to play up to like 6 people on a table, 1 person controlling the AI and 5 other people playing as the heroes.
Yeah.
That can obviously and sort of in that, one of the concerns that I had when doing this is we going on the stag do. We went up to Nottingham, and hey, we're going to be playing this game for like 3 hours, and then somebody immediately gets killed, and then just has to sit there. So they've introduced a stratagem for the heroes, which is they can do heroic recovery. So,
yes.
So the idea of this is this allows the heroes to regenerate health, as well as if somebody has gone down, you can recover them from it. So previously mentioned about command points, which are known as CP, and it's at the start of every turn. So you've got a round where you have the hero's turn, who always go first. Then it's the Horde's turn, and once they've both completed that, that's the round over.
Right.
So at the start of every turn, so including heroes and the Hordes, you get a command point. So and there's other abilities which can generate command points. That those are usually character specific. But and there is another way to generate command points in this game mode. So if you end up killing a unit, you get a command point.
I liked that rule. I thought that genuinely could be used in most versions of
Yeah,
this.
yeah, exactly.
Because it feels like if you were to put that into normal 40k, both sides would have more opportunities to do unpredictable stuff.
Well, the problem with that is there's a lot of command points in regular 40k anyway, and there's a lot of stratagems to use. So when we were playing, we were only using the core rule stratagems rather than the detachment stratagems, just to not over, like, even as we're talking here, we've been talking for like half an hour or so, and there's already like a lot of information for people to absorb.
Yeah.
So in this, I kept it to the like core rules, stratagems, as well as this heroic recovery. So say somebody goes down, you spend 2 of these command points, and then that person stands back up.
Yeah.
And they can continue fighting, and they recover. It's 2d3 wounds for it.
It's the equivalent to rolling around on Space Marine 2 and then reviving someone.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
Become a droidica.
Yeah, so there is more to that. And then the other thing that they have provided is a mission rule. So in this one, we played evacuation zone. So there's a central circle. I'm sure you'll put a graphic up.
I will graphic the crap out of that.
Yeah, so...
over my face.
Yeah. Heroes will start in the center. Horde comes in on the boundaries on the outside. And they provide mission rules and the primary mission for the heroes, which is take a active objective. So there's basically a cross of objectives on the circle. Hold the objective. X Factor. And hold the objective. If you control it at the end of it, you get you get 5 victory points.
VPs.
Yeah, so victory points being the amount of points mean prizes. More victory points you have at the end of the game, you win.
Yeah.
So if you slay the warlords of either team, you get 20 victory points, and you also get 5 victory points for holding the objective or destroying a unit that turn.
Right.
So it incentivizes a lot of combat. It was very simple to play. When I was doing this, and I played this game with my friend Di, ran about 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
And we found one of the armies that I have and run is Slaanesh Demons army.
Titty ladies.
Yes, yeah, lots of titties.
They used to not have bras, you know.
Yes, so, well, they still kind of do have boobs.
They got semi.
Yeah, and Slaanesh would love a semi. So yeah, so one of the keyword rules which are on data sheets, and this thing is called like devastating wounds.
Yeah.
So in that sequence of roll to hit, roll to wounds, roll to save, devastating wounds is if you on the wound stage when you roll and you roll a 6, the person doesn't get a save.
Right.
So the problem with that is
That's difficult for the
they don't.
for heroes.
Yeah, because they don't get the ability to use plot armor to save.
Yeah.
And the problem is most of the demons, including like the battle line units, they've all got devastating wounds.
Yeah.
So my first game with Dai, I ran loads of Slanesh demonettes at him, and all of his heroes died by the start of the second turn. And I was like, right, I'm glad I trialed it. So,
well, Cam cut out one of his rules as well for Sisters of Battle because it was something like they can revive each other or something. From one of the characters.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe that's one of the things that's currently missing from the document is remove these buffs, and it's got a list of buffs for each army.
So yeah, that would be. There's definitely things that break this mode. So one of them is devastating wounds on. Like you want like your big characters. So say like you got a Keeper of Secrets, who's like the leader of Demonette Army. They're big, horrible creature. You want that to still have the devastating wounds because you want that to be oh shit, it's on the battlefield.
Yeah.
But you don't want it on the sort of smaller units when my demonettes are 10 models of battle line units going in. They get like 30 attacks. So you end up having, by the time they've charged a single model, the amount of devastating wounds that you could do, you could potentially like one-shot a hero. Yeah. And it's not fun. And the whole point of this mode is for it to be fun. But yeah, all we did was we changed that rule from devastating wounds to what we call what's it? It's exploding sixes. So on a hit, if you roll on a hit,
yeah,
you get an additional hit. So it's like you still have to roll for the plot armor, and you're still making these battle line units a threat, but it's just making it so that they're a different type of threat. So it's
more
you're
random of the dice. It's more down to the dice than down to sub rules. Which I think is what makes this mode so much more approachable than normal 40k. It's the fact that you've got it's genuinely just a luck game and relatively well balanced for the non-AI character to just have fun.
Yeah, and the other thing which I would recommend is we also played Dungeons and Dragons or RPG role-in things. The idea of this is you want to have like heroic moments and storytelling with it. Yeah. So it is like Lawrence Baker from Tabletop Tactics talks about how this is meant to be. He likes playing a narrative game. Yeah. So you want these epic moments, and
that's why I prefer it.
Yeah, and I think everybody should. I'm not saying like regular like competitive play doesn't have those heroic moments, but it's more mechanical in terms of like you go and do a move, you do the rules, go through it. In this, because we were given this sort of like flavor and controlling the AI, you kind of acting like a dungeon master. Yeah. Where you describe this cool thing, because the heroes usually, whoever's running the horde has usually played 40k before or knows how to play it. But the heroes in this are like people who've never played 40k, so it's a great introduction. And so in your case, it was like your character come in.
It's a gateway drug.
Yeah, it's a gateway drug. But epic moments which we've had was like you uppercutting a bloodthirster,
Yeah.
and like sort of slaying it that way, and like
Slay?
yes, slay.
Slay?
Yeah, he just dragged up.
I just dragged up.
Yeah.
That was the end of it. He just couldn't take it. It was like,
I
oh my
know.
gods.
I know. You just see Rue Paul at Warhammer 40k.
May the best woman win.
Yes. But yeah, it was a really fun mode. Highly recommend it to anyone. Fairly simple. I would say have somebody who knows how to play 40k, the basics, but you can model your way through it with the sort of just this rule set. Maybe reading about the AI rules.
And hopefully this episode as well has helped to some extent as well.
Yeah, I know it's a lot of rambling, but there's a lot of rules for 40k anyway. It's not it's not tic-tac-toe.
This is your basic entry level of, if I feel like if you're interested in 40k and you want to just dip your toes in a little bit, and maybe you've got a mate that's already got a few models. This is a really good way of maybe seeing, does it interest you enough to then maybe dedicate more time? I think the other nice thing that you raised about it being more narrative is, as we said earlier, we don't have loads of time for gaming necessarily because we have busy lives, life gets in the way. And for that reason, you kind of want to have your most bang for buck when it comes to playing a game. And by able to essentially play a game in a short duration and kind of tell a story, it's something that I think we've currently in the last few years struggled with for D&D. Because that's so much time and energy for yourself to do the dungeon mastering and prep. And then you have to get a large group of friends together. And then you have to then spend a whole day telling the story. Whilst with this, you can, if you want, narrative it on the off the cuff, just based on the dice rolls. And because you've got the heroes that don't die, people can have a similar feeling and experience of accomplishment that you'd get from D&D. Which is one of the reasons I think I enjoyed it so much, because I really miss playing D&D, and you are a brilliant dungeon master as well.
Thank you.
But I do understand it's a large commitment of time for yourself, even more so, but
as
even
well as the players.
Just the players, they have so much time commitment, and that's one of the reasons that I've played one 40k game with you, and that is it, because it was like a solid day of me learning the rules.
And it's a lot of effort. Like when you can get, like, obviously once you learn the rules of 40k, you can get a game done in like 2 hours and a half. I think that's what they allow for competitive.
You've also got that entry of the whole army you need.
Yes, which is like, in this case, it's, say your mate goes, I bought this miniature because it looks cool. Can I play hero mode? And like these, sure. And it doesn't really matter if they've bought an orc or a space marine or a tyrannid or something like that. It's like, if you want to play the hero mode, like, these are simple enough to be able to adjust, and sort of like, you can just
it's stipulated. You're meant to have the same, but you don't have to. It's your game.
And
you're playing it for fun. So if you want to have an orc and a couple of space marines like we did on the stag do one, why not?
It was like the barrier to entry, as you said, is the barrier to entry is the person who's like doing the horde mode, I would say. But you can pick up like really decent deals on eBay for like job lots and
or 3D printing even.
Well,
if you want, you can just run
any
models that look similar if you want.
Yeah, that's true. But again, the barrier to entry there is the 3D printed. But again, you could just do even more Warhammer stuff, which is print off stuff, stick them
the
on
little
stand.
cardboard ones.
Just do cardboard printouts, and then
that makes a lot of sense for hordes actually.
Because
you can run a different army of hordes each time.
You just print it off, stick it like sellotape or sticky tape it, and then that's it. You have like loads of those.
It also kind of gives you, if you're like we like painting. It means that you can focus solely on your one hero miniature.
Exactly.
And the hordes are just it doesn't really matter. They're going to change next time anyway. I don't have to have loads and loads of models necessarily.
Well, you could even do, because the one I've heard about with D&D is the gummy bears. So you have the enemies being gummy bears. Like, as long as like the bases are roughly the same size, so you could just print out a load of discs, cut them out, and then just stick gummy bears on them. Then you go like, oh well, you can every time you kill one of these
You
things,
gummy bear.
yeah, and you got the data. You got the data sheets from the
like that.
game.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, game dash data.
No, you don't have to pay for snacks either.
No, well,
The snacks are the players.
yeah, I know. The only thing you have to worry about is diabetes from
yeah,
eating
yeah,
too
it's
much.
just
so.
yeah. That could be an expensive one.
Yeah, but it's there is ways to play Warhammer and get into Warhammer.
Yeah.
For cheap. There's not just the standard approach of like, oh, you need this huge amount of money, time investment, whatever. It's like I've been playing Warhammer since like 2018, 2017, and never played a competitive game, but I've played a lot of 40k, and there's loads of different ways of playing it, and as long as you're having fun, continue doing it. And so yeah,
I think it's if this is a hobby and that you don't take it super seriously like people do in tournaments.
I wouldn't even say people in tournaments take it super serious. Like they take the competitive.
There was some very serious people at Warhammer World.
Yeah, there was, but then that was because there was quite a lot of stake on the line.
Yeah,
but
it's true.
There's.
We don't mean there was steak, everywhere.
Yeah.
It
was very, very meaty. No, it was just more.
So much meat.
Yeah.
I mean, that is one way to describe the majority of people there.
Yeah. But it was.
That's a lot of guys.
Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah, but it was more of a. It's the fact of like, you want the community and everybody's becoming more approachable and that sort of thing. And it's like it's inclusive. It should be an inclusive hobby, even
for sure.
So, but this is a good like step in. To do it with not a huge amount of commitment and resource,
and not a load of people online talking about it, which I still find insane.
Yeah,
so I haven't seen reviews pop up on my normal channels about it really, and I'm like, why
it's
not?
Great,
which is why I was like, why don't we chat about it today? Because
it's a fantastic.
It's great,
game, man,
and it just opens up the doorway to so many people, which otherwise probably wouldn't touch 40k, which is nice.
Yeah, and it's again, you just have to go. Oh, I want to do it. You're like, you can just start with one model. Yeah. And it again, go from there.
So, other than hero mode, so that's I think we'll call that a day on that.
Yeah.
But shall we open up a doorway to something else, and that is our hobby and what we've been doing recently?
I've
just
only
just
been doing.
No, it gets up.
No,
that's it.
Well, I've just been, again. I haven't really got much to say. Transfers and that's it, really.
Well, talk about your transfers. How have you done them, and why have you done them, and what's
what
process are you trying?
Your wedding gift, and just need to cut it.
For my wedding gift of Warhammer miniature, custom painted.
Yeah, so that's
not traditional.
Yeah, so that's going to be a cake topper. Just need to get your name. On a transfer, which then need to put onto the pauldron.
And where I have to ask because I don't know any of the process that you did. So, what form of paper and like printer did you do? Because I'm pretty certain most people realise you don't normally do transfers at home, right? And to know that you can is probably quite interesting.
There's a lot of good guides out there on YouTube about it. I can't remember the gentleman's name, but basically you just get transfer printer paper from like Amazon or somewhere like that, and just buy it, and you stick it through a inkjet printer, so like a printer at work. And
is it specifically inkjet, or can you get laserjet as well? Do you know?
I've no idea. I should know, but I think it was like one of the two. But basically, just got in PowerPoint, typed in what I want, or did the artwork of what I want. You just stick it on there, print it through there, and then I'm going to see how well it works.
But, we're going to do that after this. See how it works. So stay tuned on that one.
But aside from that, nothing else really.
No. Okay, so. You infected my brain with another game, which is how all game systems work with me. What happens is John goes onto Discord one night to play Space Marine, and he goes, "Oh, I've been playing this really cool game."
Yeah.
And that happened, what was it, about a year ago, I think now. And you came over and you played Blood Bowl with me.
Oh, yeah.
And ever since, I've wanted to do Blood Bowl people.
Yeah, so Blood Bowl's like great. That's another good That's
Yeah.
a very, very good
Which
game.
we'll definitely talk about that at some point because well, it's maybe when all the bits are finished, we can have it on the table.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
so because I've been doing all of the model videos, I've been trying to do seasonal stuff. So because NFL's starting up again in September, I've started now filming my September content. So when we went to Firestorm Games, I picked up the Gnome team and the Treeman. So far I put together the Gnome team. But then the thing that I'm more excited about, because that's just sticking miniatures together and painting them, which it's pretty standard, but I came up with the idea of making a 3D printable, rollable Blood Bowl pitch based on some rollable chess sets I've seen.
Ah, okay, yeah.
So you print out, it's normally on a chess set it's quite small, so it's one build plate, and it's essentially lots of tall rectangles next to each other with a 45-degree cut in each one, and then a very thin membrane connecting them all. So what happens when you take it off the build plate, you bend it once, and then it will fold down into a tube.
Oh, sick. Okay.
So what I'm planning on doing is making one of those sections which you can click together and glue, so you can make a really large version of that. And then the other thing they've done, because not everyone has the color change AMS system on top of their printer, because you can do a version where it prints the black and then prints the white, but they've also done a version where the squares print out separately with pucks to push in. So
That's cool.
my idea is to do a similar system where before you glue them in, you take them and half of them you do in a darker grass than the other half. So when you push them in, you essentially have a Blood Bowl pitch with all
That's
of the
cool.
grid pre-done
Yeah,
without
yeah.
the need for the little dashes they normally do.
Yeah.
And then when it's all down, I'm going to try the paint pens that you gave me.
Yeah,
The white one specifically.
What's it called? AK's Play Markers?
Yeah,
Or something
just
like
with a ruler to then draw the pitch on top.
that? Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm hoping what I can do is essentially give back to the Blood Bowl community after discovering the game and falling in love with it basically straight away, and release this free 3D print file for everyone to use.
Well, yeah. Again,
Which
it's
is-
always good to give back. So yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing, and I need to also sand down the gnome. So I got the gnomes because I've got a gnome in my garden I wanted to paint for the last 4 years or so, which is about the height of my fiance,
Right.
because it's such a tall gnome.
I have not seen this gnome
It's
yet.
a ridiculously tall gnome, and it's a family heirloom.
Right.
This gnome has been in
It's
my
a gnome
family.
loom.
Yeah, it's a gnome loom.
It's a gnome loom.
Don't call the gnome office. It's got no home to go to.
Oh.
But he's from like either late 1800s or very early 1900s.
Wow.
He's been there in our family since my great grandfather's garden. So I had this hand-me-down because no one else wanted a giant gnome, and I went, yeah, sure. But he hasn't had his ceremonial repaint.
Oh, right. Okay.
So I need to get all the rest of the old paint off. It's starting to flake off. Get a base coat on, and then the plan is to paint the gnomes in the Blood Bowl army, and at the end of the video, then paint the full-size gnome in the same colours.
Right. What you should, or you could just had to find it out what the original, like scrape it off that paint to find the original paint color on that gnome, and then doing the Blood Bowl.
There is no trace of it at all.
Oh, really?
None at all.
Oh.
And he's been painted many colours in
Ah,
both
right.
clothing and face, I'm told.
Right. Okay.
Because of certain jokes going on in that time period that are not appropriate nowadays.
Right. Oh no. Right.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
Now I'm following.
Yeah, exactly. Originally, in fairness, I was going to be relatively bad anyway, because he's like this,
Right.
and apparently it's because he used to have a shovel or something in his hands.
Yeah.
But every time I looked at him, I went, "Why are you not liking my pizza?"
Right. Okay.
So originally, I was going to do him in Italian flag colours.
Okay, so we're gonna make this go from one racist gnome to another racist
And I
gnome.
thought, no, let's not do that.
It's
my brain kicked in.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's not paint racist gnomes. But God Almighty! Also, the fact is like, oh, isn't that sweet?
Isn't that a
quite
sweet thing?
Sweet sort of like
Racist.
Yeah, like heirloom. What color was it? And you like trace back and remove all the paint. You're like,
oh dear.
No,
Not today.
Like, yeah, it's like digging up a time capsule and finding all these really horrible things, and you're like, no,
We'll fix it.
Yeah,
Resample the memorabilia, right? Let's get rid of all
let's
that.
burn that. Let's burn that. But yeah, hopefully your Blood Bowl team will be a little bit more politically correct.
Yes, they will be based on an NFL team.
Ah, okay.
I have picked the team now.
Yeah. Well, let's not reveal everything.
Yeah,
at once,
so it should be. Hopefully, that's going to be an interesting couple of videos to do.
Yeah.
But I think what we'll do is we'll call that and do.
Yeah.
1 hour ish, 50 minutes.
Yeah.
I hopefully this has helped you if you wanted to enter the worlds of 40k.
Yeah.
Oh, I came up with a name whilst we were chatting as well that might be interesting. Might be at the title. Okay.
Go on.
Effing nerds. So you could, instead of the full word, you do EF and a comma and then nerds.
Because we can workshop that better. Sure.
We can.
But
There will be a title. It will be catchy and you'll love it.
Well, hopefully
it'll be there. I don't know if you love it or not.
But anyway, it's been a pleasure.
We'll try and do some more of these as and when we play different game systems, or maybe you teach me about a game system.
Yeah, I'll try.
And because I just sit here like blinking like.
Yeah,
I don't know this.
But yeah, it'd be cool.
Thank you very much, John. And see you later, guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, feel free to check out the podcast that I also do with James and Gresh, which is called Nerding Out, Geeking Out, where we cover such a mix of topics. We've separated it from the main channel now. This one we're going to keep on the Crazy Maker Nerd channel because it'll just be about similar content to the normal content. But yeah, until next time. See you later, my nerds.
Bye.